Dolphins, though, putting the finishing wraps on this preseason. Got to say, Vlad, some of the highlights and some of the players that we really, really grown to like. Well, the Dolphins, of course, you have to think Ollie Gordon II would be one of the guys that coming out of this camp, most people have been very impressed with.
Ollie's going to be everybody's favorite. You could tell.
For right now.
Yeah, and he has a charismatic personality about him as well. Like you could tell. He has a what's the word I'm looking for? A magnetism?
Yeah.
Like he draws you, man. He's got a great personality, and you could tell why the teammates like they F with him really hard. You know what I'm saying? Like they really like him. They like his energy. Unbridled youth spirit, bro. That's all it is.
Right. And remember, like we said, he had the best year in college football for a running back his junior year, had a little falling off his senior year, which caused him to drop to the 7th round. But he can do it. He's a big back. He can make it happen. He's been one of the guys that's been on, everybody's been talking about. Another guy, of course, everybody's favorite player on the team, the backup quarterback, Quinn Ewers. Everyone talking, oh my goodness, this Quinn Ewers is unbelievable. He should be the backup quarterback. Maybe one day even be, dare I say, the starting quarterback. He's had 2 good games. I mean, yesterday was okay. He was good, right? Not great. I mean, he was 5 for 6, but I think he really impressed in that second game. And he showed a lot of advancement as, he played more and got more experience. But for right now, Zach Wilson is going to be the backup quarterback. I don't think there's any questions about that. But it's good to know that you got a guy like Quinn Ewers in there that could possibly, one day, if you need him to step up for a game or 2, could possibly do that. Quinn Ewers is one of those guys, too, highly rated out of high school, one of the most recruited players ever out of high school. He played so well at Texas that Arch Manning sat behind him for 2 years. Yeah, he's got some skill, but once again, 3 preseason games does not make a Hall of Fame career in the NFL. And we had some people last week talking about it.
Come on, last week, you're going to hear these people talk about it to this day, okay? They still going to want him to be the starter. They're going to think, oh, he should be QB2, or, hey, man, he might even start even better than Tua, because people just have it in them just to hate on quarterback 1, but it is what it is.
Look, everybody is an awesome starting quarterback when they're not starting. And then they get in there and they start. And once again, we can't let Reed Sinnett go. Remember that? Oh, man, Reed Sinnett, he's a baller. Skylar Thompson, we can't put him on the practice squad. Somebody will take him. He's a baller.
Skylar Thompson was like the greatest quarterback of all time.
And I remember when he was playing that first season, his rookie year, and he was just awful. And people were like, how dare you say that? He's awesome. I'm like, he's not awesome. He's awful. No, you'll see. Okay, so like that's what. So when I'm a little hesitant on Quinn Ewers, his 3rd preseason game of his career, when I'm a little hesitant, maybe it's because of the past that's happened with us stuff.
Maybe,
but if he is the next Dan Marino, kudos to you. I'm gonna say you, not you, Vlad, but whoever is out there hinting that he could be the next Dan Marino, kudos, absolute kudos. Trying to think of some of the other, high points. I liked, what do they call him? Kenny G.
KG?
Kenneth Grant.
I call him KG, man.
I've liked him a lot.
G.
I thought he's made some good plays. Maybe not everybody's talking about him, but as your first round pick, you have to be kind of excited about that. I'll say this, Vlad, this is going to sound kind of weird and maybe not so weird. You look at some of the things that have disappointed you in this preseason. And I'll say Tyreek Hill's kind of disappointed me. He hasn't practiced a lot. He hasn't played in any games.
Come on, man.
He hasn't really done anything. I don't like it.
What did you think he was going to expect? This is what I love about you, bro. You are the good side. You know when they say there's 2 sides. You have your conscience, the good side and the bad side.
Yeah.
You're the good side all the time. You're the good side. Vlad, bad all the time. And I told you, things are going to end the way you think it's going to end. I said this. I will never forget this. I said this May 2024 last year. When all the talk were about in South Florida were about 2 superstar players and the way they wanted money. And what did I said, do not give this men the money because you're going to be stuck with them. Sooner or later, the headache is going to outweigh the talent. Those 2 players were Tyreek Hill for the Dolphins, Jimmy Butler for the Heat. what did the Dolphins do? Once they gave Tua that money, they started giving everybody extensions. McDaniel got an extension. Jalen got it. Waddle got an extension. Jalen Ramsey got an extension. Everybody gets an extension. All right, cool. Miami Heat, same situation. They knew what was happening, and they played a different hand, and it, for the most part, kind of ruined the season.
It did.
So now, because you gave that money, guess what happened? You're stuck with Tyreek. And what you saw happen early this year on the final game of the 2024 season, the continuous talk about this during the offseason, to the point where finally your quarterback, the guy that everybody wants to be the L word.
Who do it? Say it.
I'm not. I don't want another shot.
Okay.
Leader. You know, he talked about it. Then poor Mike Cunha doing his job, doing a great job, by the way.
I thought it was
a great job. It was a legit question to ask.
It was kind of an innocent question at first.
Innocent.
He was not trying to poke the bear.
Come on, why are you just trying to look? Let me ask these guys questions. You know, preseason's going on. Everybody wants to hear from the quarterback. Let me just ask him a question. Boom. Let him give him a question. Nah, Tua just goes, truthful Tua. And then now what? Another week of questions. And then yesterday, what did we see? It looked like there was a part of yesterday's game watching it. Because, we had the TVs in that little booth where we sit. And you saw Tua right behind Mike McDaniel. And it looked like, it almost looked like part, hey, coach, put me in, coach. And then the other part of, when a kid does something bad and it's just waiting to see if his parents are going to recognize that they did something bad. It was like both of that simulated into one. I don't know. I do not know what to expect from this team, from those players, because everybody's crapping on them, which I don't understand. I really don't understand why they fantasy media members thinking that Tyreek Hill, who had one bad season due to multiple things.
Bad season, I would say not a good season.
He had a bad season.
He almost had 1,000 yards.
He had a bad season compared to
for him
Tyreek standards.
Yes, you're right.
But people are thinking that that's what we're going to see now.
That's what Vegas is expecting. That's what pundits.
I don't expect that. I don't think that.
This is my only thing. Whatever the relationship is between Tua and Tyreek, and I have reason to believe it's a little bit on shells. What if Tua says, you know what? I've worked with Jalen Waddle for years. I've worked with him all summer. Tyreek hasn't been around. We've got a special rapport. I want to work that rapport. Tua starts favoring Waddle. Waddle starts getting some big patches, some big yards. Tyreek kind of goes by the waist. And when I say by the wayside, becomes maybe receiver number 2. That could be kind of crazy because Tyreek is not a number 2.
And I could see that happening because of the way Tua likes to have a relationship, a rapport with his players. He's had a rapport with Jalen Waddle since Tuscaloosa.
Yeah.
So he saw what happened last year. Like, that's the other thing. If you look at Tua's numbers last year, you're like, damn, the man only played what? 8, 9, 10, 11 games?
He missed 6 games.
So he played 11 games? 10, because there was one game he was in and then he was really out of it. So 10 and a half, and he nearly threw for 3,000 yards. That's crazy, bro. 72% completion percentage. Say what we want about him, but when he plays, they win. When he plays, the offense goes.
Yes, it's true.
So say what you want about him.
One of the other disappointments, and we're going to get to him, is Darren Waller. Dresses up yesterday, has a good workout in pregame workout, and then haven't seen them. Tua even admitted it, and once again, we got honest Tua, which sometimes it feels good.
I love honest Tua.
Sometimes it hurts. Straight up, they asked Tua, have you been working with Darren Waller? Not so much, he says. Straight up. I was just like, oh, man.
You're very big on chemistry with players. Mm-hmm. How much have you been able to work with Darren Waller, and what's that process like trying to develop some chemistry with him?
I haven't had a ton of reps with Waller, just because he's working his way back into, the feeling of running, his routes, and then the feeling of his pads as well. So
his pads,
hopefully this next upcoming week, we can work on a lot of those things prior to the week 1 lead up to play the Colts.
Hold up.
That was a little bit of a crawfish.
Of his pads?
You got to get the feel of your pads back, man. That was an answer that does
His
not.
pads?
That was an answer that does not give me a lot of confidence. I have not.
He has yet to get used on putting on pads?
Got to get used to putting your pad, the feel of your pads.
What?
That means Tua has not worked with Darren Waller at all. I don't have to say it any other more bluntly than they have not worked together at all.
He has yet to get. Nah,
That's searching
fam.
for an answer. That's searching for time to buy your time to get an
Nah,
answer.
bro. Yo, bro.
It's like someone asks you, "So Vlad, what did you do last night?" What did I do last night? Well, last night was Saturday, so
By the way, if you got to do that, you're making up.
that's what I'm saying.
You're making a lie. Like you should be immediately boom. That's what I did.
He's trying to get used to running again and the feel of his pads. Like
He has to get used to his pads. It's crazy.
I don't have to read too deeply into what that meant.
That's crazy.
Yeah, okay, Darren Waller. If you're having a problem with getting used to the feeling of your pads, you got a lot of problems. You're not going to be much for this season. I'm sorry, Vlad. You got a myriad.
I got to get used to my pads. Wow.
Glad you played that one again, Vlad, because I didn't catch it on the first time.
That's why you were talking about. I'm like, oh, let me play this again so that the audience knows what you're referring to. And then when you really listen to it, it's like true for Tua. He's so honest. He's got to get used to. I'm like, all right, yeah, he's got to get used to, but getting his pads.
Yeah, that one hurt. I mean, it hurts that straight up haven't worked with him a ton, and you got to.
You know what that would be like, Dan? How does it? Have you worked with Vlad on the air? Is there any chemistry? Yeah, Vlad is getting back to Vlad's getting back to shape and everything. He's working with his voice. He's want to make sure he's got the right octave. He wants to make sure he's getting used to his headset.
Yeah.
Wait, what?
He's got to make sure and try to remember how to turn on a microphone.
And he's got to have the right headset on for his ears. What? That's the reason why he hasn't been on the air? Because he hasn't had the right headset?
Don't want to rush you back. Don't want to rush you back. Okay. Darren Waller, I'm starting to my stock on him is down right now. Just to say.
Fam. I might be so bitter at Darren Waller because I drafted him early in a fantasy and he didn't really have a good season. That might have been. I might be still a little, upset by that.
Two of my other big disappointments has been Kader Kohu through no fault of his own. He's out for the season. We really need him.
Cam Smith play?
That's what I said. Cam Smith is disappointed me. But the good thing about it was, Vlad, you and I went in saying don't expect anything from Cam Smith. So it's not like we were let down. I think.
Yeah, but if people are going crazy because he played well against the
fourth string of the
Lions. Yeah,
he made a couple of tackles. I mean,
whoop-de-damn do.
No, about time, huh? You're a second-round pick, and this is your third year in the league. Yeah, we need you a little bit more than that to get into the very end of the game and make a couple of tackles and a couple of hustle plays, because there's a myriad of things you've done in practice that have not shown that you put a lot of effort into your game.
Pads, bro. I've never heard that.
Like Darren Waller, as soon as he gets used to his pads, he will be back in the game at an all-pro level.